Hi everyone, Amanda Jane here, and in today's video I'm going to show you how to crochet the half double crochet moss stitch. A moss stitch is a very popular stitch in crochet, but I thought I'd have a go at half double crochet moss stitch. Easy to do, difficult to say. So how do we do this? You can see it creates a bit more of an open work, stretchy fabric. Great for a blanket, a throw, or maybe even a summer weight top. So I'm using cotton here. This is a lovely Portuguese cotton, and we're going to do a small sample, and I'll show you step by step how this works. So start with a slip knot around 2 fingers of your left hand, tuck a loop underneath and pull through. Insert your hook. Today I'm using because this is double knitting weight yarn, I'm using a size 4mm crochet hook, and we're going to do a chain which is an even number plus 1. So it's an odd number, but remember it's an even number because moss stitch is a repeat of 2 stitches over and over again. So 1, 2, 3, 4. If you don't know how to do a chain, all it is yarn over, pull through. I'll just do a few more and then we'll have a little count. Don't crochet this foundation chain too tightly. Now with this cotton it doesn't pull too tightly. With yarn that's got some stretch in, you might find your tension is a bit tighter. So let's have a quick count of this foundation chain. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. So I've got 20 plus 1, which is our turning chain. So that goes up the side. Now we're going to find the second chain from the hook, 1, 2, and in this chain we're going to do a half double crochet. Let me go back a step. Half double crochet into the second chain. So half double crochet is yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop until you've got 3 loops on the hook, yarn over and pull through all 3, like so. Now we're going to chain 1, yarn over, pull through. We're going to skip the next chain, which is this one. And you can see this one here. You can just see that that's where the chain we used to do the half double crochet. We're skipping this next one here, and we're going to do our next half double crochet into this stitch here. So it's half double crochet, skip, chain 1, skip 1, half double crochet. So yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through all 3, then a chain, skip a stitch, this one, into the next stitch with our half double crochet. One of my favorite stitches, a half double crochet. Now this foundation chain, always a little bit tricky. You've got nothing to hold on to. So take your time over it, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3. So you've got the chain space we're creating between our half double crochets. Just don't forget to do the chain. If you need some instruction on how to hold your hook, then there's a beginner playlist with lots of slow tutorials on how to do various crochet stitches. We're working our way along. The next row will be our repeat row and will be very much easier. Let's get a little bit more yarn. Yarn over, skip a stitch, half double crochet, chain one, skip one, and a half double crochet in the last stitch, chain one, and then turn your work. So we can see, looking at the front, it's a little uneven just there. Don't worry about that, it'll sort itself out. You can see we've got quite a stretch. We've got a chain space. You can see each of those chain spaces, and they'll be used in the next row. So we turn our work. We are going to start with a half double crochet in the very first stitch, so just here. We want it to go right into that first stitch at the base of our chain, because that'll create the straight edge. We're now going to do yarn over, and we're going to do a half double crochet in the chain one space. So this becomes much easier. We keep repeating our chain, skip a stitch, insert into the chain space, yarn over and pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 3 and a chain, yarn over, find the next chain space, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3 and chain. And keep doing this half double crochet, chain 1, skip 1 all the way across. There we go. We're getting towards the end of this second row, which is the repeat row, and it's quite straightforward from here on in. Just make sure you don't forget to do the chain 1 to create that space. Now when we get to the end of the row, we want to do our last single crochet. We don't need a chain space because we're right at the end, but we need to do our last double crochet, half double crochet into, I like to use this stitch just here to do our final half double crochet into there. So turn the work towards you and find these 2 strands just here, and that will finish off your edge neatly. Chain 1, turn your work, and you can see we've now got 2 rows together. Now we've got to make sure that we do a row like this row here. So that's the wrong side row. This is the right side row. We're on the right side because we can tell our little tail is to our left hand side. So we're doing a right side row, and we're going to do a half double crochet in this first stitch just here. Then we're going to do our chain 1 and a half double crochet in that first chain gap, and then all the way along in a similar fashion we're going right the way across. Just like in our example, our little pale blue sample is done in exactly the same way. I'm just going to finish this row and show you, because it's always the beginnings and the ends of the rows which cause a problem with crochet. The rest of it is fairly straightforward once you get into a rhythm. So when we get to the last stitch, we need to find where to place our half double crochet. So find those top 2 strands and do your half double crochet into there. And then that row completes like this row. 1 chain, turn your work, and then we're going to do a half double crochet into that first stitch, and then a half double crochet into the gap. And then you're well away, all the way across to the end. Now, as long as you make sure that your beginnings and ends are the same on every other row. If you haven't got the even number of stitches or the odd number of stitches, it doesn't matter. As long as you're consistent and you end up with the same number of stitches, that's absolutely fine. I mean, clearly if you're working to a specific pattern, then you're going to follow the instructions carefully. But if you're just doing a washcloth or a dishcloth, which this would do very well with, it will be absolutely fine. And we've come to the last one. We didn't need that chain. Half double crochet in that top stitch, chain 1, turn our work. So there we have another example of the half double crochet moss stitch, and we'll be off to the races doing our next few rows. Let's go back to this one. This one I've done slightly more tightly, I think, as the cotton relaxes, so the holes disappear, and depends on your exact tension. When I'm crocheting in a video, my tension is always slightly looser so that you can see what I'm doing. This is done more rapidly and therefore the tension's slightly tighter. So that is the half double crochet moss stitch. I'll put the instructions in the link in the description below. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, press the subscribe button and the bell for notifications of upcoming videos, and I look forward to speaking to you very soon. Take care.